To steal from the Empire? You just walk in like you belong. They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
What's going on, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well. And in this video, we have our overdue Andor trailer breakdown with a few stills and specific shots, things that you might have missed, Easter eggs, and different references from the brand new Andor trailer. We're gonna hop right on into it. The trailer, of course, starts out with these two individuals who I believe to be a young Andor and his mother, although I'm not completely 110% on that being his actual mom or even Andor himself, but I'm pretty confident that that there is a young Andor. This guy right here has a real-world weapon. It's called an AK-47 actually, which a lot of people are very, I don't know, iffy about that. They're kind of confused about the whole concept, and even some people are like low-key offended by it. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, I just need to get this one off my chest quite personally. This isn't like an Easter egg or anything, but I just want to say, like, the CGI right here with the Star Destroyer, it looks fairly iffy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's been quite a bit of controversy going on in the Marvel community and Marvel fandom. By the way, if you are a Marvel fan, I have my Marvel channel, link down in the description down below. But yeah, it just feels like kind of CGI slash VFX slash special effects going on here with the Star Destroyer. It looks like something out of a fan film. No disrespect to any of my people out there that have created Star Wars fan films. I myself am included in that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly, I guess, looking into over fixated on this with everything that's been going on in the MCU and the Marvel community there. So please do let me know in the comments down below. Once again, a young Andor. It's gonna be so cool to see flashbacks with a young Cassian Andor. It's kind of like a throwaway line that he had in Rogue One saying that he's been in this fight since he was 7 years old. So to finally see that and these kind of flashbacks here in the show is gonna be really, really cool. Speaking of all these different types of flashbacks, this looks like a recognizable kind of little tunnel here. Maybe this is the same tunnel that we saw Jyn Erso crawl into in the beginning of Rogue One. Can't find a Google image like anywhere on this tunnel that Jyn Erso crawls into that Saw Gerrera finds her in later in the movie, but I think you guys pretty much get what I'm talking about for the most part. Anyway, I'm not completely sure on that. The Senate chambers that we have seen, of course, multiple times throughout the Star Wars The Clone Wars show for one thing, and for another thing in the prequels. On Coruscant, it's going to be so cool to see Coruscant, the planet, here back in Star Wars once again. I think a lot of Star Wars fans out there are looking forward to that. Some more young Cassian Andor here snooping around what seems to be maybe a Imperial facility, although since this is a flashback, maybe it could be Republic. This right here just about confirms a huge plot point that we just discussed here a couple of weeks ago now here on the channel here, so I'm going to have that video linked down in the description down below. However, it has to do with Andor going undercover and joining the Imperials, the Empire here, to go undercover on a mission here to find find a little bit of information about the Death Star, so it's a very cool video. Check that out, link down in the description down below. The return of more Star Wars clones in live action, I think, is just a Star Wars fan dream come true for some reason. However, it's going to be very interesting to see if these guys are going to be CGI'd or actual, like, costumes that you put on, because that's a more recent thing that they just did for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. This ship is literally shown for like 1 second in the trailer. However, it's like a freighter, and it looks very, very similar to the Millennial Falcon, so it's going to be so cool to see this in action. It actually belongs to Lord Sidious himself. I mean, this guy, who's named Luthen, and he seems to be a huge key player here and character here for the upbringing of the rebellion for the Cassian Andor show. I cannot wait to see this guy in action. We see the alien species called a Benethik, which is very cool, but are we just going to ignore this really slick, cool looking black X-Wing that's in the background behind him? This thing looks so cool. I wonder who it belongs to, and I can't wait to see that thing in action, hopefully. The one and only Cameo King has once again returned here, Saw Gerrera, who's been seen in countless Star Wars projects now at this point in time. Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars The Bad Batch, Rogue One, and now the Andor show. I cannot wait to see the King come back once again in return for some more action. There's nothing special about these guys aside from the fact that they're with the Empire, and their costumes heavily remind me of the costumes that we saw in Star Wars Solo with the Mud Trooper gear that we see Han Solo himself actually wear. These here are some new and cool looking spaceships on the Empire side here. They're essentially just Republic gunships except for the Empire, so Empire gunships maybe. Some more of Coruscant, perhaps the lower levels of Coruscant where quite a bit of crime goes on there. In an Imperial shuttle here, which kind of confuses the concept of where the Star Wars timeline is taking place here with the Andor show here. However, it's said to be set 5 years before the events of Rogue One, so I'm a little bit confused of why we're seeing clone troopers and then we're seeing Imperial shuttles all at the same time here. However, now that I think about it, that isn't necessarily the case. The clones are definitely from flashbacks, if for anything. Especially since we seem to get a few clips of a young Cassian Andor throughout this trailer as well. This four-armed, freaky-looking alien dude is some type of surgeon or doctor here working on the guy on the table. A lot of Star Wars fans, and I really disagree with this. I kind of hate this, actually, if for anything, are saying that the guy on the table here is actually supposed to be Cal Kestis, and it's simply for the pure reason that, oh, he's a redhead, it has to be Cal Kestis. No, it is not. I completely disagree with this. If for anything, when Cal Kestis does come to live action, for one thing, it's going to be a part of with the Mandalorian universe, and he's going to be played and betrayed by Cameron Monaghan, who does the facial features for him in the actual video game. So no, this is not Cal Kestis. As if for the four-armed, freaky-looking alien dude here with the goggles and the glasses and all that stuff going on, he seems to be the same species as Maz Kanata that we saw in The Force Awakens. So that's going to be interesting and cool at the same time to see how that plays out, especially considering that they have 4 arms and Maz Kanata only has 2. I'm curious for the explanation as well. That wraps up our breakdown for the Andor official trailer here on the channel, with all the little different Easter eggs and references that you might have missed throughout this trailer here. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything else that you saw or noticed here throughout this trailer here. Maybe something I got wrong, maybe in this video here as well. I'd absolutely love to hear of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. On top of all of this, it's unfortunate that the show has actually been delayed about a month. It's now going to be streaming September 21st with a 3-episode premiere instead of on August 31st with a 2-episode premiere. So yeah, you've heard that correctly. Unfortunately, the Andor trailer has been delayed to September 21st with a 3-episode premiere. I'm gonna have a different video talking a little bit more about that, maybe some reasoning for why, because it's gonna be a jam-packed fall and ending of 2022 here with Star Wars on Disney Plus, especially with having 3 different shows all streaming just about at the same time, with Tales of the Jedi animated show coming to Disney Plus fall of 2022, Bad Batch Season 2 coming to Disney Plus as well, and on top of that, the Andor show. So they have a lot to shuffle around here, and there could be some, I guess, causes here for why this show was actually delayed here. However, I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video here on the channel, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already, and I want to know of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. As I had already mentioned, I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help the channel, and check out our official Star Wars for more Star Wars and the content. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. As always, may the Force be with you. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.